It's the butterfly effect. So if anyone is unhappy with the state of the external world, in a lot of ways, that is a reflection of our internal worlds. And we need to start changing our inner worlds so that our outer worlds can reflect that. And if we override our intuition and we override our body that screams at us when you get a health crisis and it's telling you, slow down, slow down, slow down. I'm trying to hold you all together. I'm trying to digest. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to keep your eyesight good. I'm trying to keep your breath good. I'm trying to keep your digestive system good. And you're overloading me. Please slow down. Listen. We need to start listening. We stopped listening. Hi. This is an impromptu recording. I'm not sure how long it's going to be or where it's going to go, but I just feel on my heart to share some things. I just recorded 3 episodes of The Rooted Founder, and then I was a guest on another podcast. And today was amazing. I felt like I was able to go really, really deep with some of the people I was talking to, and it got me thinking about just the state of the world, the state of people's nervous systems, the state of people's businesses, the state of people's relationships, the state of people's finances. And I just want to share a little bit about my story, the things I've gone through, the things I've been through, and how I have developed tools for myself to help me navigate storms in life. And I think we're in the middle of some storms. People are having relationship challenges. People are having financial challenges. People are having team challenges, business challenges, psychological challenges, health challenges. And it can be hard. It can be scary. It can be uncomfortable. It can be transformative. Change could be a process where we're white knuckling it, or it could be a process where we're just trusting things to unfold for our highest good. I was born and raised in a wonderful home with people that did deeply care about me and love me. Despite all of the blessings of my upbringing, there's also challenges in upbringings. I think everyone has that. At 16, I graduated high school and I started working. I bought my first property when I was 18 and then started organizing businesses. It was our family businesses, then it was some other businesses, it was some of my own businesses, and then it was a lot of other people's businesses. And I've done that for the last 22 years. And in that whole season, I have experienced many enough is enough moments where I had lost all my money, where I had lost my health, I almost died, where I lost 2 really important relationships to me, where I got into other relationships that maybe I shouldn't have been in. I started businesses because I felt like I wanted to do it from the financial gain, but really my heart wasn't in it. And then I started other businesses where my heart was in it, but I maybe had the bad partner. I've done all of these things. And I also watch on social media, on the internet, that we talk a lot about the highlight reels, but not the real reels. So what I'm doing with some of my messaging and what I'm creating and sharing is to show you that it's a grueling journey sometimes being a human being, not just a business owner, not an entrepreneur, but a human being. And I think at large, the world is experiencing a lot of anger. And in all of my deep shadow work and clearing out the cobwebs of my own heart, I have come to conclude that anger is really just disguised hurt. And hurt sometimes are things that we cannot solve. Maybe the hurt we're experiencing is unresolvable. My grandfather came over from the Philippines when he was 14 years old. He married a woman. They ended up getting divorced. And I asked him, why did they get divorced? And he said, because she felt she wanted to build a company and she didn't think she could build the company and do everything that she wanted to do inside of the relationship. But he said she could have. My grandmother is now 84 years old. I asked her the same question and I told her what my grandfather said. And she said, he's right. I could have done it in the relationship. And I just find it so interesting because I feel like there's a collision course right now that the world is on between masculine, feminine, men competing with women, women competing with men. And I think there's a lot of angst and frustration and anger and not feeling like there's a lot of clarity around who we are, what we stand for, and what's right and wrong. And I don't know how to solve it at the Capitol. I don't know how to solve it in your business. I don't know how to solve it in the world, but I do know how to solve it in my own life. And I think that you might know how to solve it in your own life too. When I started Organize to Scale, my mother had just been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And my father called me and asked me if I would come organize to scale the businesses that were our family businesses. And so I did. At that time, it wasn't called Organize to Scale, but I came to help because I wanted to restore our dinner table. Our family dinner table was getting disrupted by a health crisis. And that health crisis put pressure on us financially, it put pressure on us relationally, it put pressure on us in our communities. And we all go through this where life brings us pressure points. And we have to learn, how do we manage our human? How do we manage our psychology? How do we manage our energy? How do we manage our relationships? How do we manage our time? How do we manage our inbox? How do we manage our to-dos? How do we hold space and capacity for all of these things that are pulling on us when we're already in a crisis state? So my heart is to restore dinner tables, to get people back at their dinner table, having meals with people they love, care about, and are committed to healing with, and doing it from a place where when you're at your dinner table, all of your soul is in your body. I like to say that, we have tabs open in our brain all the time, especially as leaders and entrepreneurs. It's like, okay, this client, I got to do this. That deal's going sideways. Oh, I got to raise capital for this. Oh my gosh, interest rates are up. What's going to happen with the economy? How is what the Fed does going to impact my portfolio or my investors' portfolio? We have all of these things going on that we are trying to solve for, that we're trying to organize. And believe me, I'm a master at organizing it. And if you want to understand how to organize a second brain, read the book, Building a Second Brain. It's great. Still, at some point, our human capacity is finite, and we have to tap into something that maybe we can integrate into a way in our lives that creates production. All this to say, coming back full circle too, my heart is to restore dinner tables. And I think it's very clear the way our world is operating right now, dinner tables are suffering. People are isolated. People are alone. People are afraid. They're scared. And when we operate in that level of energy, whether you're doing it individually or collectively as a human species, we're doing it, the outpour of that, the outpour of a psychological construct that is, I'm scared. I'm unsure. I'm nervous. I don't know what's going on. What if it doesn't happen the way it needs to happen? What if I disappoint somebody? What if people find out I'm a fraud? What if fill in the blank? You have your own thing to say. That's only one side of the coin. And I don't want toxic positivity. I want real conversations where, yes, that is one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is there's beauty in this. There is something that we can transcend here. There's something that we can grow from. There's something that we can heal from. There's something that we can integrate here. And it takes tremendous courage to sit in the shadow and clear the cobwebs out and heal and integrate and create. But sometimes in life, we have to deconstruct to reconstruct. And when the world starts feeling violent, when it starts feeling unsafe, when it starts feeling fragile, feeling hostile, something's not right. Something's really not right. And we can sit and we can blame. We could say it's our voting system, it's the Fed. We could say it's the puppet, the talking head. We could say it's social media. We could say it's our spouse, it's our kids, it's our neighbor. We could say it's the city we live in. All of that is just giving our strength and power away. It's giving our energy towards something that we have zero control over. And the aspects that you do have control over, like vote, vote. If you have relationships with influential people, have tough conversations and transcend it in a way that's healthy and healing. But for the individuals that are trapped in their business, trying to be good leaders in their business, good spouses to their significant others, good parental figures to the children and little eyes looking up to them, we have to integrate. We have to say, even in a storm, even in a wartime, even in chaos, there's truth, there's rootedness. And as ugly as right now may be for a lot of people in the world, there is so much beauty around you. If you have a roof over your head, you're blessed. If you have a significant other that maybe you argue with and you don't like how they do certain things, but they love you and you know they have their back no matter what, you're blessed. If you have a business, even if your revenue dropped, even if your margins dropped, and you have a business, you're blessed. If you have a job, you're blessed. If you have a way to be out in nature and put your feet on the ground and connect with the birds and walk around, you're blessed. We are blessed. And it's the butterfly effect. So if anyone is unhappy with the state of the external world, in a lot of ways, that is a reflection of our internal worlds. And we need to start changing our inner worlds so that our outer worlds can reflect that. And if we override our intuition and we override our body that screams at us when you get a health crisis and it's telling you, slow down, slow down, slow down. I'm trying to hold you all together. I'm trying to digest. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to keep your eyesight good. I'm trying to keep your breath good. I'm trying to keep your digestive system good. And you're overloading me. Please slow down. Listen. We need to start listening. We stopped listening. Listen to your body. It's telling you something. It's happening for you. It's not trying to stop you from doing something amazing. It's trying to help you do the amazing thing more integrated. So you don't have to self-abandon in your pursuit of success, whatever success looks like to you. Patrick Bet-David talks a lot about alignment. And the most important thing for success is alignment. And in order to get to a place of alignment, we have to have some really brutal conversations with ourselves. We have to say, ooh, when I took that client on, I didn't do that out of a faith and trusting the process. I did it out of fear and worry. We have to recognize what is driving our choices. I jokingly say often, like, who's controlling my human? Have you ever done some things like you're driving down the road and then you pass something and you're like, oh shoot, was that light green or red? And you don't even know, but you drove past it. It's because your soul isn't in your human. You're literally in a tab somewhere off in La La Land. And we do this all the time. We self-abandon into La La Land in the future or La La Land in the past. The past leads to depression and shame and a bottom hole. Many of us have gone there. Projecting into the future can create anxiety because it's not here yet. It's not actionable. We have no control over it. And then we have present. And dropping into the present moment, I think, is one of the most challenging things to live in a transcendent place while you are executing. It's something I'm actively working on right now. I tend to have a lot of gas in me, a lot of alpha in me, and it has produced good results. But sometimes I don't get to take all of my soul with my body. And so I have to be like, okay, how much gas and how much brake and how much coast and how many riders or passengers do I want in my car with me? How big is my car? What kind of music are we listening to? What kind of ride are we going to have? I heard this quote the other day that said, what's more important, the journey or the destination? And the answer is the company, who you choose to take along on your ride. So if you've hit an enough is enough moment in your life, in your business, in some capacity, and you're in the middle of a transition, one, in any way you can, be grateful, because God, the universe, the divine, the higher power, is saying, alert, alert, alert. Let's have a conversation here, sweetheart. How's this working? How are you feeling in your body? How are you feeling in your relationships? How are you feeling in your business? Do you even feel yourself? And then sinking back into that feeling and settling back into that space where I can feel me. I can feel what's integrated for me. I can feel what is aligned for me. And, there's a lot of talk about, mind over matter, neglecting feelings, just don't think about it, just do it. And in moments, that energy is so valuable. But in every moment, it's a little lopsided. Then, on the other hand, you have the, oh, just go with the flow. Let's just see how it goes. I mean, the universe will provide. They'll manifest. It's going to come to me. I'm just going to sit here and dream it all into existence. That, taken to an extreme, ends up having people wake up sometimes and maybe they don't have what they wanted because they didn't get in the boat. An opportunity came, but they didn't recognize it as an opportunity for them to engage and co-create with their manifestation. They just waited for it to magically happen. Both are extreme cases. And in my business, my life, and my relationships, I like a more integrated approach. There are times when I want to be hard charging. I want to get shit done. I want to conquer. I want to challenge. I want to overcome. I want to climb that mountain, stamp my flag and be like, I earned this. And that's where confidence is built. That's where grit is built. That's where resilience is built. And then I also want to have this part of me that says, if you're going to run hard, you're going to fall hard. And when you fall hard, there's a grace for that. And you're loved and you're held and you're protected. And I am willing to make every mistake, every mess that you've ever made come together in a magical way where it's happening for you. And one day, you're going to wake up in your dream life. And not only are you going to wake up in your dream life, you're going to wake up and have all of your soul in your body and be incredibly grateful. So wherever you're at, you don't need a forever plan. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to understand all the lessons of your past mistake. What you need is to plan today and make it beautiful. Have it be integrated. Have it bring in all of the faculties of who you are and what you want to achieve and the types of people you want to work with and how you want to spend your day and what ignites your energy versus what drains your energy. You want to figure all that out. So here's a couple of things that have been actionable that I've used with myself and with people I serve. If you're a trapped entrepreneur, even if you don't have a 7-figure entrepreneur, even if you're moving from 6 figures to 7, or you're just starting out, this could be applicable for anybody. But if you're in this place where you feel a little bit like you are in over your head, out over your skis, drowning in some capacity, a crisis is hitting, you feel a little bit uncertain, you feel a little bit scared, you maybe feel a little bit isolated, alone, maybe people won't understand you, I'm going to give you 7 things that have helped me in my enough is enough moments. 1, tonight, plan tomorrow. And when you plan tomorrow, answer 3 questions. Answer, what will be fun tomorrow? Who can I build trust with? What tasks must get done in the next 72 hours? And write exactly what those things are for you. There's no right or wrong answer, but in my life, when I've gotten to places where enough is enough, I've hit a capacity level, there's frustration murking around, and I'm just like, I gotta do something, but I don't know what I gotta do, and I want to get more aligned. These 3 questions help me because what will be fun is going to show you what gives you energy. And then that will help you be able to start recognizing your sweet spot. And when we work with people in our 3-day intensive, we help people clearly identify their sweet spot so they know what their passion, their duty, their skills, where they all align, and they're able to meld that into themselves and then create something magical from there. Another way you could do this is just a side note, but take your journal or a piece of paper and do a T chart. And on one side, write people, activities, and thoughts that energize me. And then on the other side, write people, activities, and thoughts that drain me. And then write out everything for each that you have, and you'll really get to know yourself. And you can update it. So maybe in life things evolve and change and you want to make a transition, then do that. So tonight, plan tomorrow and ask, what will be fun tomorrow? Who can I build trust with? And what tasks must I get done in the next 72 hours? That will give you a little bit of foresight and then also keep you rooted in present time. Do that. Second thing I would do is hire a coach, a mentor, somebody that you can bring to them the mess of your psychological construct, and they can help you deconstruct or reconstruct productive belief systems that will help you achieve what you want to achieve. This could be a coach, it could be a mentor, it could be a hypnotherapist, it could be a therapist, it could be a counselor. You choose. Let your heart guide you, let your wisdom guide you, and find somebody that you can have a connection with. Because in all of my experience in businesses and self-growth, we cannot see our own blind spots. No matter how much we try, we need an outside perspective to be able to speak into our lives to say this. So find one. The third thing I would do is work with a nervous system coach. Brian Tracy says you spend the first 50 years of your life recovering from the first 5. That doesn't mean the first 5 were terrible and your parents were awful. They probably were wonderful. It just means that the human experience can be traumatizing. And it's simple traumas. It could have been that you were 2 years old and you walked into your dad's office and he was sitting at the computer not paying attention to you, and you thought, oh, I'm not valuable. And you wired that somehow at 2 years old. We don't consciously know these things. They're not in our awareness, but our body knows. And I've done a lot of trauma work and different things over the years. And one of the books I've read is The Body Keeps Score, and how we have cellular memory. So working with a nervous system coach lets us be able to see what type of subconscious programming that we have that is bubbling up into our awareness, that is a lens on how we're making decisions. So that can be very valuable. The fourth thing is join a group, a community, a women's group, a men's group, an entrepreneurs group, a mastermind around real estate or investing, whatever it is. Find a group where you can not only talk about the tactical and practical, but you can talk about, ooh, this just happened. I didn't handle it very well. Have you guys had this experience? What do you think I should do? Or how have you navigated similar situations in your life? Community makes the whole journey enjoyable. It doesn't matter how messy you get. I used to say this with my mom all the time. If I had to be shoveling manure, I wanted to do it with my mom because she made it fun. Everything was fun. And when we can find humor in the mess and we can be like, there's a pony in here somewhere, and we can have joy in the entire journey, whether it's the valley or the mountaintop. The community really does that. So find a community. Fifth, practice self-reflection. So sometimes we get so busy, like we stack our calendars, we have momentum building, and we don't check in with ourselves. And when we're in go, 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 go for a prolonged period of time, and then you have plot twists and black swans and things that come crashing in, it can activate our fight or flight or our survivor mode. And when that happens, we don't really know that the switch got flipped, but we need to flip it back. So having time and space to think and reflect and journal and process and really go deep within ourselves can be really helpful in navigating our human so we can elevate our perspective and gain that clarity. 6, if you're, again, this is for trapped entrepreneurs, this next one for sure, is hire a fractional integrator or operations manager or operations coordinator or high-level executive assistant, somebody to come in and help you duplicate you. There are so many things that you're doing right now. And when you're growing and you're scaling fast, Cody Sanchez says this, but replace yourself every 3 months. So whatever you're doing, if you're on a fast trajectory, every time 90-day period ends, what you're doing in that first 90 days gets replaced. This encourages you to get closer and closer to the thing that is your energizing sweet spot. And that's where we want you to live. That's where you want to live. That's where I want to live. Everybody human wants to live there because it feels good in our bodies to do the thing that we're good at and we're great at and helps people and serves people. And when we get away from that, it starts to drain us. So find somebody that can help you set your North Star, chart your course, gather the essentials, rally the troops, and get to work on realigning and integrating your next 90-day period. This exercise will help you organize and scale your business and give you your life back. And then the last thing that I will say, the seventh thing, is rinse, lather, repeat. Just keep doing this. Plan your day. Make sure you have somebody you're working with that can point out your blind spots, help regulate and create a resilient nervous system. Be in community with people that are doing what you want to be doing and doing it not just because they're doing it, but doing it how you want to be doing it too. And self-reflect. Sit with yourself with a journal and maybe go to a coffee shop or maybe go sit at a park and think about, who am I? What do I want to create? What kind of legacy do I want to have? How do I want people to remember me? And I thought about this often too, especially with my mom passing. People remember the moments with you. They maybe don't always, I don't remember every meal my mom cooked, but that was her love language, cooking meals and bringing us all together. But I remember how much she cared about her family. I remember how important we were to her. I remember that she would drop everything for me. That's so valuable. And so don't think just in terms of zeros and dollars, but think in terms of impact on a soul level that you can have. And I didn't do my 1 through 7 quick enough, so I'll just do one again. 1 is plan tomorrow. 2 is get a coach or mentor who can help you find your blind spots. Get a nervous system coach to help you understand how to regulate your nervous system and create a resilient nervous system and heal whatever cellular trauma you're storing that you don't even know you're storing. Join a community because it'll just make life so much sweeter. Self-reflect so you can get out of your own way and get support, like tactical, practical support, so you can build a business that you don't have to get free from, but it actually creates freedom for you. And then rinse, lather, repeat. Do it on repeat because it will be the thing that keeps you rooted and grounded as the momentum starts going. So I hope that this helps you feel like when you've hit an enough is enough moment, when you've hit a transition point in your life or your business, that there is a path forward. There is a way for you to deconstruct, to reconstruct, and rebuild something that you can be proud of. And forever, 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 please remember this. If you're going to run hard, you're going to fall hard. And when you fall hard, there is no shame in it. None. Especially if you're in survivor mode, because you don't even have all of your faculties with you. And even when we're not in survivor mode, we don't have all of our faculties with us because only 5 to 10% of our minds we're aware of. The other ones, subconscious. So get to know the subconscious because then you can actually control your human. I hope this inspires you, motivates you. I'm going to be sharing maybe some more solo episodes, and anything you guys want to know or ask, please leave comments and ask, and I'd love to share. I am not an expert at anything besides making mistakes and learning from them. I will wear that badge of honor proudly because it's where I've learned all my grit, all my resilience, all my wisdom has come from falling really hard on my face and then getting back up. And I know you can do it too because it's the human spirit and we have a very resilient spirit. So I'm rooting for you. Cheers.